Hello everybody, I'm Rockman, and welcome to my newest Let's Play, Sonic Chaos! Whoa, what a crazy intro sequence. Dr. Robotnik has stolen a Chaos Emerald, so now we have to go get it back. So, as you can see by the title, Sonic Chaos has two playable characters, as we'll find out in just a moment, Sonic and Tails. I'll be playing as Sonic for the majority of this playthrough, but I will be showing off Tails briefly. Tails can fly, but it's not really that useful. Anyway, we're starting off in Turquoise Hill. Now, the thing about Sonic Chaos is it's very short. You could beat this game in probably under half hour if you really wanted to. Another thing about Sonic Chaos is it's not very hard. What's going to make this game difficult for you is the controls, as it's very slow and sluggish. So, while the actual placement of stuff isn't too bad, actually, like, doing basic jumps, it feels like you're moving like molasses. As you see here, we have power-ups in this game. We have these rocket boots, which lets us soar across the skies. So, even though Tails can fly and Sonic can't, Sonic can still fly. Now, the main gimmick about this game is the special stages. In order to get to a special stage, you need to collect 100 rings, and once you've collected 100 rings, you will go to the special stage. Now, special stages aren't like each other in like previous games, they're different. For example, the first special stage, you're using rocket boots to soar across these skies. Now, unlike the previous rocket boots which we had, these ones will last forever, so that's nice. So you don't have to worry about collecting new ones. This special stage is pretty easy. Just collect rings until you get to the very end. But yeah, so the main plot of this game, Eggman stole a Chaos Emerald, we have to get the rest of the Chaos Emeralds and his Chaos Emerald, so it's not too bad. Now, previous games I try to separate Chaos Emeralds evenly, but this series is only going to be 2 parts. There's only 5 Chaos Emeralds to collect through special stages and 1 through Eggman himself. As you saw there, that was a Chaos Emerald. If you fly by it, you can turn around, but it's not very recommended to do that because once you run out of time in a special stage, you will be kicked out of it, and you'll have to collect another 100 rings in a different zone to go back into it, so it's not recommended you fail. Try your best. To be honest, only one of the special stages is actually hard. But anyways, once you beat a special stage, you go into the second act immediately. You don't have to continue on from where you were. We're playing as Tails now. He's basically Sonic, except he can't use power-ups, and he can fly, so this flight isn't actually very useful, I find. Unlike in later games where Tails can get some pretty awesome height. In this game, it's pretty much used for like gaps and stuff, but if you're playing as Sonic, usually there's like those rocket shoes around, or some other contraption. I'm just trying to use Tails' flight to make use of him to show off what he can do, but in all honesty, if I wasn't flying, I probably could have gotten through this faster. At the end of the zone, you can see how fast you were, I guess. But that doesn't really do much except for a score. And that was Tails in Sonic Chaos. Now for the rest of it, I'll just be playing as Sonic. Anyways, that was the first 2 acts of Turquoise Hill. Now, after every 2 acts, there is a boss, so we're going to be fighting the boss. Usually, actually, not usually, in every boss stage, it's usually just a little tiny obstacle course, not even that, I would call it. Usually there's a few paths, one of them has rings, so I just grab the rings just to be safe, but this boss is super easy. Just like that, that's the first boss. I mean, it's no Sonic Game Gear Boss 1, but it's still pretty easy. You shouldn't have any problem with it. And if you do, well, sorry, I guess. Anyway, that was Turquoise Hill. Now let's go into Gigalopolis. Or Gigalopolis, I should say. Not Gigalopolis. Missed a G in that. Anyways, starting off, just gonna use a spin dash. I should mention, in Sonic CD, Sonic got the ability to use his peel out, and he keeps that in this game, so if you want to use it, you can. It's not particularly useful, but I'm sure if you're a speedrunner who wants to speedrun this game for whatever reason, why you chose this game, well I don't know why you would, but hey, it's there. I'll be mostly using spin dash. I might use a peel out once or twice to show it off, I'm not sure, I forget. Anyways, I just want to keep collecting rings. You want to be careful, because if you get hit, you will lose your rings, so that's not good. Now we're in the second special stage. Basically, in this one we have these spring platforms. You want to jump on them. If you jump off while they're at the height of their bounce, you'll get a bit of extra height. So keep that in mind. If you run into a wall while bouncing on these springs, you will be knocked off. But they respawn, so you'll just have to go back to it. And this is this special stage. More or less. I recommend staying to the right, because that's the path to the Chaos Emerald, so that's my recommendation for this level. But anyways, that's the second Chaos Emerald. And as I mentioned, once you complete a special stage, you'll go immediately to the next zone, or I mean the next act of the zone, sorry. Got my words confused there for a second. We already have 3 continues, we're not gonna lose. For whatever reason I didn't cut out these scores. Probably should have, but I didn't. Whatever. Now we're in Gigalopolis Zone 2. More or less same as the first one. Just gotta collect rings. Just like in Sonic CD, the spin dash will hurt most enemies, but not be as fast as the peel out. The peel out's faster, but if you run into anything that'll hurt you, you will get hurt, so. Peel out had its uses in Sonic CD, not so much in this game. Especially with how slow everything moves. Thanks, slowdown. Like, it was usually just the water levels that would cause massive slowdown in the previous 2 Game Gear games, but this one, I don't know. I want to jump over those spikes. And right around here, here we go. Right up here, there's lots of springs and lots of rings. It's easy to get to special stage in this game. I mean, not every level is super easy to get into it, but there's more than enough opportunities. Anyway, in this special zone, you have this pipe maze. It's pretty easy. You might think you're just going around in a loop, but you're actually not. Eventually, I'm saying eventually as if it's coming up right now, but eventually you'll see the Chaos Emerald to the right of the screen, and once you see that, you just hold up, and then you'll be at the Chaos Emerald. That's this special zone. Or special stage, I should say. There it is. We saw it. Hold up. And there you go. Nice and easy. I already have our 3rd Chaos Emerald, like 9 minutes in. Amazing. Not even 9 minutes, wowzers. This isn't a hard game. Honestly, getting Chaos Emeralds makes this game hard, and even then, it's not that bad. I mean, I thought Sonic 1 was pretty great. I mean, Sonic 1 for the Game Gear 8-bit version was pretty great. Sonic 2 8-bit was pretty okay. Not as good as Sonic 1 in my opinion, but this game, it's eh. I mean, Sonic 1 wasn't that hard, but this game, its physics don't feel right. The levels aren't very, I guess, expansive, despite being... I know that... Yeah, whatever, I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're at the boss. Should probably talk about that. It's just this giant sand thing, not a Pokey from Mario. Just jump into its head, eventually it'll die. But yeah, with all the stuff we had, like Sonic 1, there's some pretty cool stuff there. But like, this game is just... bleh. I don't know the proper word to say it. Lame, I guess? It doesn't sound like the right word, but it probably is. Anyways, that was Gigalopolis down. Now we're in Sleeping Egg Zone. Oh my gosh, it's an egg-based level. That must mean we're at the end of the game. Actually, we're not. We're like halfway through it. Basically, this level has a lot of platforms that'll break when you run into them. To start here, we have these springs that'll just waste your time and make you run into them. Not sure, I don't think I get the Chaos Emerald in this particular act, maybe zone entirely. Some zones are easier to get into Chaos Emerald special stage than others. For whatever reason I jumped on the spring and it knocked me off immediately. Maybe I do. As you saw there, there's an Eggman statue. Eggman loves himself and we are in Sleeping Egg Zone, so... I just got hit there, so I'm probably not going to get the Chaos Emerald. As I mentioned like 30 times though, it's not hard to get to them. Especially in like the right zones, when there's like rings scattered everywhere. I'm pretty sure in the Sleeping Egg Zone there's like 100 rings, but exactly 100 rings, so... It's not exactly easy. But yeah, that was Act 1, we beat it in like under a minute. And I was taking it slow, I wasn't even going fast, so... Easy peasy. Grabbing rings. There's these jumping platforms from that earlier special stage. Gonna use those to get to higher places. Yeah. Gotta get those rings. As you see here, these platforms will break when you jump into them. Oh, I guess I do get the Chaos Emerald here. I could've swore I didn't, but I'm not gonna complain. This is probably the hardest Chaos Emerald in the game, to be honest. You have a minute to do it, like all special stages, but memorizing this place is pretty difficult. I mean, if you had like 2 minutes, then it'd be super easy, but it's like an obstacle course, like an actual level you have to beat. So, right there I'm using these spring boots. There's lots of things that'll knock you the wrong way. There's lots of different pathways that you could take that takes you to the wrong place. All in all, pretty difficult, but I do it. At the end here, you want to make sure you grab this speed shoes, that's the only really thing I can mention. Because if you don't have it, you won't be able to reach this upper pathway and get the Chaos Emerald. Chaos Emerald 4, only 2 more to go, and only one of them I can actually get via special stage. That was the hardest one. I made it look easy, it is quite hard, but whatever. Now time for the boss. Will it be as difficult as previous bosses? Probably. Let me see here, which one is this? Oh yes, this one. I think I know what it is. If we can get to it. Yeah, it's this egg thing. It can be difficult if you don't have rings, but I have rings, so it'll be a cakewalk. It pretty much just bounces up and down and shoots its guns at you. If it hits you, it'll hurt you. If you get hit by its bullets, it'll hurt you, but I think I only got hit once there and I beat it, so pretty easy. Not too bad. If you get hit when you have rings, it usually just falls right back on top of you, your ring, so don't really have anything to worry about as long as you collect the ring. Anyway, that's part 1 of Sonic Chaos done. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.